We were up 30 game 2. I think we just need to stick with the game plan we had the first 3.5 quarters and do that for 48 minutes.
Kevin, how do you
Coaches
guys
break
walk
down
the
a
fine
game.
line?
Oh, go ahead.
How do you guys walk the fine line of pushing the tempo and also taking a little better care of the basketball? And you guys want to get things going, but sometimes it's been
Well, you got to analyze every single play. If we got a nice rebound where we got some numbers out in transition, then yeah, we should go push that and see if we can get something going quick to build momentum. But if we're trying to force something with the defense already set, then just basketball one-on-one, you're gonna get a turnover most likely. You might risk a couple passes here and there, but the percentages of you being successful doing that is pretty low.
Kevin, the coaches break down the game obviously afterwards, they look at film and all that stuff. Do you break it down either in your head or by watching? And if so, what was your takeaway from the last game, you and the team?
Yep, I do break it down. Well, we had a nice flow of the game. Let's go back to the whole last month of the season. We've been playing this way for a while. And when we got to this series, game 1, we had some nice momentum. They're playing a gimmick defense, which has been working, top blocking everything on the perimeter. So guys not even looking at the three-point line. They're just forcing guys inside the three-point line. So for us, when I get the ball in my spots, I got a pest, Patrick Beverley, who was up underneath me. Well, I could definitely shoot over top and score every time if it's a one-on-one situation. But we got a guy that's dropping and helping, and then we got another guy that's just sitting on me, waiting for me to dribble the basketball. If I put the basketball on the floor, I can probably make 43% of my shots if I shoot them like that. But that's not really going to do nothing for us with the outcome of the game, because we got a nice flow. Everybody touching the rock, everybody shooting and scoring. So I'm not going to get in the way of the game because I want to have a little back and forth with Patrick Beverley. I'm Kevin Durant. You know who I am. Y'all know who I am.
Are they tilting the floor? You mentioned kind of the defense they're playing. Are they overplaying it more than, or is there a time in your career you can remember a defense maybe in a playoff series playing you this way?
Yeah, for sure. I've been playing against every defense. It's not just that tight, but the constant help on my drives, the poking at the ball as I'm dribbling, two guys rushing me as I'm beating somebody off the dribble. That's how I learn how to pass the ball and kind of be patient, a little bit more patient before the catch. So I gotta set up shop sometimes, and clear out space so I can get my stuff going. But in this series, it's kind of weird because when the guy is that small, you got the advantage. But the refs see, we hear David and Goliath a lot growing up, so that story is pretty much prominent in people's minds. So when you put that out there on the court against me, then the ref's gonna give him a little bit more. So when he run up on me like a pit bull, grab me, hold me, I don't mind it. That's how he make his money. That's how he feed his family. But if I throw something back, then let us play. You get what I'm saying? So I got 4 or 5 offensive fouls like that. I'm just trying to figure out, each possession, how I can be more effective without getting offensive fouls.
Kevin, how fortunate have you guys been to have Bogut and a guy who's been here before and somewhat seamless transition? Is that fair to say for him coming in here?
Yeah, I mean, he's been a part of the system. So I think this trade was kind of like the turn in his career. Being a Milwaukee #1 pick, coming here, kind of building establishing a base here as a home, and so him being familiar with the guys, just everything in the arena, just the small stuff helps him, become more comfortable, be more comfortable with a new group, but with some old pieces. So he, making plays, defending at the rim like he normally does, talking. He's been great so far.
Have you talked to DeMarcus at all yet?
I haven't talked to him. It's just, I'm sure I'll text him or call him here soon, but just definitely thinking about him. And, I know for a fact with how much medicine is so good and doctors and all that stuff is so good. I don't know the terminology, but I'm sure he'll be back fine, be back to 100%, after this rehab. So I'm looking forward to that.
What do you think the mood of the team was after that loss, in the wake of that loss here?
You played basketball before, right? You was up 30 with a quarter and a half to go. You just lose out of nowhere. That's like somebody run up to you and punch you in the gut and run away. You're just shocked. You know what I'm saying? You don't even know how to explain it. But you can't really say much until you watch the film. So coming in the locker room, the emotions are pretty high, but you can't replay everything that went on throughout the game. You only can see what happened last. You know what I'm saying? So you play throughout. You just watch film the next day. Go over what we need to go over, correct what we need to correct, and then come out and play a nice, fun game next game.
You think judging from practice today, everybody's in a pretty good spot right now?
Hey, everybody's just been consistent with who they are since day one. Nobody's moves change. Everybody comes here the same way pretty much every day.
You mentioned them top blocking. I'm just curious, what does that do?
Well, it takes us off the three-point line. You know, we like to set a lot of those pinning screens, when they just sitting on top of the three-point line and not letting us get, kind of some space, the traditional way of curling into a 1-2 or a pop-back jump shot. We got to use a couple more movements in order for us to get open on the top block. So back doors just might be there, just us continue to move and be patient within the offense. And, we can kind of move this team for at least 12, 13 seconds until we find something. And if not, then that's when guys, our scorers, can go to work.
Kevin, what do you think it takes to cut on the turnovers, both collectively and individually?
Yeah, like I said, just slowing down, picking and choosing your spots when you want to be aggressive and take advantage of your numbers in transition. And for us, we got so many great shooters, and we got so many guys that are unpredictable when they're in transition, running around, cutting. We just got to be a little bit more patient handling the ball, especially myself. I had one turnover when I'm dribbling. I seen numbers, and I know Gary Temple was chasing me. I should have slowed down a bit, jump stop, and then found something. So we cut those out. We're in solid shape, being up 30, you know what I'm saying? So we got to play the same way, but for 48 minutes.
Are all of these plays like in your mind, like a computer, like a photographic memory?
I mean, just like any experience you go through, you kind of remember your funnest and your best experiences. I've never had more fun playing basketball than anything in my life, since I was a kid. So this is all I really remember.
Do you typically watch the film one time and get what you need from it, or are you going to see it a second time sometimes?
No, you get what you need from it in one time. I mean, I think we all process that we just can't give up the lead like that. And pretty much any team in the world, no matter what level, is going to say that we're supposed to win that basketball game no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Missed shots or a couple turnovers here and there might have added to it, but we still should have won that basketball game. And, the good thing about it is we play another game, and then it's a series, so it's the first one to four, wins the series. So we just in it for the long haul. We know it could be 4 games, it could be 7 games, so we're just playing.
Doc and Trez and Pat all said that basically that they thought they played harder. Do you agree with that?
They played harder for a nice stretch that gave them some momentum.
That was enough.
Yeah, because they were dead in the water down 30. They kept playing. I'm not saying they quit playing, but we were playing a great basketball game up to that point.
Right.
So I wouldn't say they just played harder than us for the whole game.
Just the last.
That quick spurt, that's all it's taking the playoffs, especially a team who got nothing to lose.
When lose in a groove like that.
I know y'all want to talk to me for the rest of the day because I got so much knowledge, but I got to go.
Thank you.